What is happening, YouTube gang? Hope everybody is well. Must apologise for the amount of time it's taken me to get this video up. I got caught corona, wiped me out for a couple of weeks. I'm pretty much back to full health, but it is quite savage. It's a savage thing. So anybody that's had it and had it mild, like the rest of my family actually, I was the only one who had it the worst, which is a blessing because my mum got no immune systems and Mumsy was pretty sound. It was just me that was wiped out. But let's go on to today's video. So today's video is basically just a little handmade thing, and I'm gonna just say it right now, I royally effed it up, like totally messed it up. I took the measurements of it from the internet, and I don't know why they were so wrong. But look, it's my mistake to make and an idea to chuck at you so you can go away and do it properly. But so basically, I am 6'3", and the arcade one-ups are obviously a little bit small. Even with the riser, I'm bent over, I'm hunched over a little bit. So basically, this is a little stand, or you can call it a riser for a riser if you like. So all I've done is a 6-inch stand. Well, let's show you, and you can see how wrong how wrong the measurements were as well. But there you go. So yeah, here you have it. As you can see, so basically, like I say, these are 6 inches from base to top. So my missus actually has a laser machine, and I got into etch pushing a chair about. Got into etch the logos into the front of the boxes, but as you can see, I'm not a chippy by any stretch of the imagination, and you can see how much they are out. That was literally, I took the measurements from the internet, and they it was even long at the back. I had to cut down the back and things like that, but look, it's just an idea to show you guys, and it will suit me for now. I will redo these, and I'll probably make the front panel go all the way to the top so you get like a cleaner finish. But yeah, and also before anybody says, yes, that is a Turtles riser for the Street Fighter arcade, but my Street Fighter arcade was like the first edition that came without the riser, and I couldn't find a cheap riser, and this popped up on eBay. So what I've done is stripped the front of the, taken the artwork off, and I'll be putting other artwork on. Depending on what order I put this video, you may or may not already know that I'm going to be changing that Street Fighter arcade cabinet to a Street Fighter 4 arcade cabinet using a PS3, basically because of that new edition Street Fighter cabinet that's coming out. Whether or not it comes to the arcade, comes to the UK, is whether or not we go with it. But yeah, that's my idea anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'll stick the arcades on top of them, and I'll show you the finishing height and product. Okay, so that's actually them now on the stand. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Let me see if I can stand back. The thing is, it's kind of a box room I've got all this set up in at the moment. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, to be fair. I mean, you're going to hardly notice it. I will be making them. There's two. Okay, so let me go to a different shot. So the two issues that we have here. Basically, I'm sitting on one of the stools. Totally redundant. You can't play the game on the stool no more. Just to get the height reference, this brings it up 1.5 foot. Now, again, I'm 6'3". It's pretty much spot on for me to stand there playing comfortably. But in saying that, I reckon I could go down another couple of inches and I'd be okay. So if you wanted to bring it down a little bit more, so if your pal comes round, he's a little bit shorter, because you know you've got them short mates, right? They're a little bit shorter. You could probably take it down another 2 inches. So if you make it 4 inches, yeah. So if you make it 4 inches, I think that will be perfect. Let me stand up so you can see. Again, 6'3". I am very, very comfortable playing it like that. Look, I'm straight back, very comfortable. I think this is the same sort of height, isn't it? With like people that have used the IKEA tables. I think it's the same sort of height, and I have got a mate who's sort of like about 5'6" or something like that, and he seems all right on it. He didn't moan about it at all. But I think just bringing it down a couple more inches, which when I do change these up, because obviously I've got to, I can't leave them like that. It's well, wrong. Yeah, when I change it, I'll probably bring it I'll just boost it up 4 inches. I do feel that it needs to be done, but again, it just depends. It's just an idea, and it just depends what you want out of it. Like, I prefer to stand up at an arcade, and I'll probably use this stall like when we buy the house, when me and the missus buy the house, and I'll build the man cave. I'll just have this around the bar. These and a couple of others. I'll get the Street Fighter one and all the other little odds and sods and put them around the bar, and we'll just use them as bar stools. But that's it. That pretty much wraps the video up. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this sort of gives you a little idea of what can be done just to raise them up, rather than spending a fortune. Money wise, but let me touch on that before we go. Money wise, I think I was looking at a 1.5 riser for about £90. They are pucker, and I advise if you want to do it, go for it, because they are pucker. They look mustard. The finishing product of the person on eBay, they look pucker. And I actually speak to the geezer, and he's a lovely fella, and his ideas are brilliant. But I mean, we're in a pandemic at the moment, and people ain't got the money. So I mean, I think it cost about 15 quid. I know, obviously, I've got the pleasure. I wouldn't say pleasure. What's the word? Mrs. got the laser machine, so I've got that. We've got that at our disposal. But anyway, just an idea, you know what I mean? Right, big ups everybody. See you on the next video. Take care.